Let's take a look at this video by Ace Gaming. Why returning to Genshin after a long break is hard. Now, I can see why people going from Wuwa to Genshin is gonna be very hard. But what if you guys don't play Wuwa? You know, what if you guys just like quit Genshin and like one day come back? Which is what I'm doing right now. I've quit Genshin back in this year February, and I plan to go back for Not Cry. But I'm curious what Ace here have to say regarding going back to Genshin Impact. And is it really that hard to go back to Genshin Impact? But anyway, chat, let's take a look at this video.
Genshin is a difficult game to come back to. I've been trying to get back into playing Genshin.
Okay, I am sorry, Ace, but I love your accent. Chad, his accent reminds me of Zani for some reason.
Genshin is a difficult game to come back to. I've been trying to get back into playing Genshin for the past couple of months, and for a few reasons, I just can't bring myself to do it. And I know you're gonna ask why. After completing so much of it and exploring most parts of it, I think I know where I started to lose the interest, and I think I narrowed down at least 3 good reasons why it's so hard to get back into the Genshin after not playing it for nearly 8 months.
Can I try to guess here, Chad? If I'm assuming this is during the Natlan release, I would assume, well, Natlan is one of them. And also, exploring in Genshin Impact feels like a chore. Okay, leveling up characters feels like a chore. Combat is also a mess now because of Abyss just being power crap like crazy. If you don't have the latest character, you cannot clear Abyss at all. All of the outdated system, like the weekly materials still being tied to weekly. Artifact farming is still a pain to get a good artifacts. A lot of reasons, but let me, I'll just put those reasons first out. I'll just list those reasons first and let's see what he has to say about it.
Maybe let's begin where I started to lose the interest in the game. To put it shortly and simply, I started losing
this is the Navia one.
Interest right around Simulanka region, which for those who are newer players to the game, this was a limited summertime map. It's essentially just a region that is available for a short while at the end of the patch. Now the idea of limited summer map sounds pretty cool actually, but the region itself was so obnoxiously childish that it made me feel like I was playing just some toddler game or something. Though this...
That is so true, dude. Here's the thing, chat. Most of the people that play Genshin Impact are actually adults. But the thing is, I've been saying this time and time again, Genshin Impact is a kid's game, bro. It's catered towards children. And here's the thing, if you guys generally enjoy that part of Genshin, there's nothing wrong with that. But some people prefer a much more serious tone to their game, you know? Like for example, like Wuwa, and probably like the upcoming gacha game like Enfield, which I'm looking forward to, is created towards children, Lisa. Yeah, here's the thing, bro. Like most of the kids game unfortunately have Gunner bait stuff, bro. Like Lisa, you're right.
Please, Natlan, which at first felt actually quite vibrant and fun, and I actually quite enjoyed the beginning of it anyways. But it wasn't long before it kind of all just started to fade away, and I just started to feel like it just wasn't for me. I had little to no interest in the characters, their stories, or honestly even the story itself.
You know what?
Really,
Makes
nothing
sense.
felt that interesting for me, Natlan. Nothing that captured my imagination. No, it wasn't awful by any means or anything, it's just... it wasn't really for me. And slowly but
yeah, it just feels bland. I mean, like kids will definitely enjoy this, but it's not like something that, us adults that we crave much more deeper depth in story. I don't think we will enjoy the Natlan story that much.
surely I started logging in into the Genshin less and less, and I started logging in into other games more and more. Yeah,
Yep.
sure, on occasions I would still log in here and there, but maybe just to do some event stuff, farm some artifacts, because by the time I was quitting the game, I already was in the habit of, oh, I can't lose that. These Primogems? Oh, they're only available for now. Which is obviously a bad habit, it's the fear of losing out essentially, which...
Yeah, I mean, Genshin Impact always, they always try to do the FOMO stuff, right? And even the quality of life is locked under FOMO, chat, on the new Not Cry update. They actually remove the weekly need for like the character ascension materials, but it is locked behind FOMO, bro. Like what the hell? You're only able to do that for like 1 week. That's it.
I can't really blame the game, it's really set up for that, but not the best habit to have. Now, while the reasons or why I started losing interest in the game, maybe it's just a me thing, maybe I just overplayed it and didn't really feel it anymore. But the reasons why I struggle to get back into the game, I feel like those might be a little bit more universal. Now, personally for me, I narrowed down 3 things that make it so difficult for me to get back into the game. Now maybe let's start with the least difficult one, and then move to the biggest obstacle of them all, to the elephant in the room. Why is it so difficult for me to get back into the Genshin? The first
Okay,
reason
what
would
is
be,
it?
I just don't feel like there's anything to do worth of value for me anymore.
Yeah,
And here's
that's
what I
true.
mean by that.
Once you guys like get to a certain level, chat, and like you AR 60 and everything, it kind of feels like there's nothing else to do, you know? Like sure there's Abyss, but like for people who doesn't care about endgame, there's like nothing else to do there. It's just like you mindlessly grinding for no reason. All you do is just collect characters and that's it. Alternatively, that's what makes the game boring, right? So like once you keep on playing the game, you understand how shallow the whole game is, and you just sort of just slowly lose interest in it, and you guys get to other games which interest you. So you can't expect a person to play the same game over and over again.
As you can see, I have some of the best characters in the game. Sure, not all of them, but there's a good chunk of them, like for example Nevulet, Kazuha.
You know what's crazy, chat? All of his characters are all power crap now. You know what's crazy, chat? These characters are all useless now. I think except for Kazuha. Yeah, only Kazuha and probably I think Alachino is still viable. Bro, Zhongli and Zhao is trash.
Urina, Zhongli, Navi is pretty good. She's useful. I have Arlecchino, which is absolutely great, right? So a
I think
decent chunk
Arlecchino
of
and
good characters and some of the best
who's the guy? Kazuha is very good.
DPSs in the game. And honestly, some of them are so powerful. For example, Nevulet. He's so powerful that I can pretty much just clear any game content that there is, aside from like a few niche places, maybe like late stages of Spiral Abyss, but other than that, really there's not much that I can clear. So I just basically don't really have any need for any other characters. Aside that, you know, they may be like fun or cool looking, or maybe they have some cool abilities like that, you know, you can just
Zhongli
walk
doesn't
around the
even block
water or
exactly.
something. But other than that, there's really no need for any other characters. I mean, Genshin was even blessing me with luck, with almighty luck. I was logging in to play the game every now and then just to try to get back into the game, and I, you know, spent the little few wishes that I had,
Oh
and Genshin
What is this? What is this luck that he got? Excuse me? He got no fillet in 3 PT? Okay, hold on. This is crazy, bro. What is this? He's just showing off his pulls, bro. Nah, that's crazy, chat. Dislike the video already. Insane.
I literally got Zhongli, a few wishes later I got
Bro, what is
Nevulet,
this?
and then a few more wishes later I got
What?
Arlecchino.
What is this insane luck? Hello? Bro got 3 5-star in 20 PT, chat. 20 pull, he got 3 5-star. That is crazy.
More wishes later I got
Holy.
Arlecchino. All of this was in like 15 wishes or so, which is absolutely nuts, and all of them are event
15
characters,
wishes.
so no pity as well. But
Oh
even
my
that wasn't
God.
enough to bring me back to the game. Aside from the characters, I don't really feel like I have
Yeah,
anything.
he made this video just to flex on us, chat. That's crazy. We are all poor in front of this person.
Sure, you can always do the little extra artifact farm, or some questing, or some extra primos, but for
I mean,
what reason?
questing, bro. Who does questing, bro? The world quest and the side quest in Genshin is so like boring. Aranara quest is 8 hours and there's no skip button, bro. Come on, ain't no way I'm doing that shit. Thankfully, Frosty, who's not here anymore, did that for me, I think. So yeah, thank you, Frosty.
I don't really need new characters so that I would farm primos. Even if I did, for what reason? Where would I use them and why would I use them?
I can't prove it,
That
but
being said, there's always
I can't prove it, but I think being a returnee gets a gacha buff, bro, is not dokes.
other activities, right? For example, events. And that kind of brings me to my second reason why I struggle to get back into the game, which are lackluster events. Now, on paper, Genshin events are
Yeah, I
actually
mean-
quite cool because they rotate quite often. There's a bunch of them and they always have pretty cool rewards. Now, from the sound of that, you might say, well, actually, it's pretty good, right? And yeah, sometimes it is, but nearly all of the events, aside from like a few unique ones every now and then, they don't really feel new or different. What I've
Yeah,
what
I
I've
mean,
already played.
that is
All of the
what he
events-
says is correct, bro. The event is just a reskin of the previous event, and it's just like slightly improved. At this point, might as well just make the event permanent, like the way WoA does it, right? WoA have like a permanent event where they actually improve the event like over time. right? Just do that. Like I would love to have a win trace permanent event, but just make it different, like for for like every 2 patch or so. Just add something new to it.
I just feel basic events in
Yeah,
different
the
kind
event
of
has
shapes
no
and
depth.
forms.
It's just basic.
Talk to NPC, they'll tell you where to take a picture. Enter a door, kill a room with a bunch of monsters, do some brain dead puzzle, and do some dungeons that you already do. But get that, you get twice the reward. Great,
Wow.
right? Yeah, not so sure about it. Oh, and by far the worst one of all of them is like the ones where you need to do some like Tetris shit or like some stupid stuff like that, which is like less of an event and more like a hell you have to go through to get all those juicy primos. Yeah, on occasions, don't get me wrong, on occasions there are some interesting events, but they are so far and few between. Some of the more interesting ones I can remember from top of my mind would be the one where I played hide and seek with other players and you could transform into
Yeah,
like,
that's
a
win
chair
trace.
or a box or something. It was
The
pretty cool
prop
actually.
hunt.
I remember
That one
there
is
was one
very
event
fun.
where you would go to the room and there would be a few stages of bosses and they were actually quite tough. You couldn't really do it alone, so you would have to do it with other players, which was enjoyable. And the one that was quite unique and I liked it was where the one where you would open up your shop and choose what to produce, what to grow, what to sell according to the market and its demands, which was pretty
Okay, no, I disagree. I think that event was one of the most boring events. It's talking about the potion making event, chat. You know, when you guys like I think farm your flowers and then like you guys sell the potion. I think like yeah, the perfume event. I think to me that one was fucking boring, bro. Honestly, I love that one. Nah, bro, that's too. No, I think here's the thing. I think the gameplay is unique, but it's like the amount of yapping makes me bored. I think that's it.
and a lot of times you just get, oh hey, do this event and get the double reward, which is like yay, great. I really wish they would add more cooperative stuff into the game, cooperative battles, boss battles, even like take one of your already complete dungeons, make it more, maybe a little bit more interesting, make that into an event, where you would go with other people. That would be maybe quite cool. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you can easily think of something. However, while those reasons are valid, you could live with them in one way or another. But there is one thing that is just such a big obstacle. I don't know how I'm gonna overcome it and if I will overcome it. And I think this one, a lot of people will feel that one as well, which will be the skip button. After not playing Genshin for so long,
Oh my god, bro, the skip button is probably one of the most important ones. Skip button is probably one of the most important thing that all players has been asking, but no, like the Genshin devs just they don't want to listen. They just want to listen to the player feedback, bro.
Games where they have this groundbreaking feature called a skip button, I just honestly can't bring myself again to listen to this stupid filler, unneeded dialogue again. I mean, you wanna do some
Yeah.
events? Great. How about you listen to this unskippable story? Oh, and by the way, this is a good one because at least the Paimon doesn't shit talk with like 3 other characters
That's
for like
true.
15 minutes
That's-
straight, which is usually what you
that's
would
fair.
get. And yeah, once this is complete, you can actually start your event. I mean, maybe there could be another 10 unskippable dialogues, but could be worse, right? Probably not really, honestly. I don't think it could be worse, but there we go. Wanna do some side story quests to complete your achievements or just to complete your quest? Great. How about you don't even listen but actually read the countless hours of dialogue that you have literally zero interest for? Wanna do some main storyline?
Bro, is
Great.
this a game or a
actually,
light
I'm okay
novel,
with this
bro?
one not
What are
having
we
a skip button.
playing?
I don't really have a problem with the main line being unskippable. However, I still believe it should have skippable and unskippable parts for the random banter and chatter during the main storyline. They could
Yeah.
maybe skip some of it, but like if we're talking about the main meat of the storyline, it's okay. If it's not skippable, it's okay. I think it even should be like that. But god damn it, everywhere else, does it really need to be unskippable?
No,
I mean,
just
this is
add a skip button in general. Like a skip summary button would be great to have in a game, just add it in general and let the player decide if they want to skip this or they don't want to skip this based on their enjoyment. But here's the thing, chat. The only reason why you guys use the skip button is because you guys are not enjoying the storyline. Woo have a skip button and I've never used it except for the side quest. The side quest is kind of boring, so yeah, I just skip it. But the storytelling in Woo is actually like gets me interested, and I don't use the skip button at all because of how interesting it is. Also, let me tell you guys one big reason why Genshin Impact, the way they tell the storytelling, and the reason why Paimon just repeats the same thing to increase the length of the story, chat. So like they make the story like 8 hours to 10 hours long. The main reason for that is that, chat, is for their stakeholders, so that they can tell their stakeholders, hey, Genshin Impact is still a good game because we make the player play for this amount of time. We make the player play for a long time, so that means they can get more money from the shareholders. So that is the main reason why they want to make it longer for people to sort of just play the game. Yeah, so they got those data that they could use to tell the shareholders so that they can get more money from them and more investment from them, even though technically it's sort of a lie as well, you know, because like they are purposely make the story longer just for this. But even though the enjoyment of the story is non-existent, when you guys play that story, the experience is shit.
Seeing an event and thinking, this looks interesting, I might do it. You go in, and then you have to listen to 15 minutes of random dialogue, which you cannot skip, before you can even begin the event. It's a complete buzzkill. You just completely want to shut down the game. You immediately feel like a child that's been abused, that finally got to the good life and finally enjoyed the freedom of a skip button, then to just come back to the old place you used to live and be reminded of the hell you had to go through and just how brutal it was. Thank God Genshin is a fun game at the beginning because I have no idea how I got through all of it. That unskippable random Paimon garbage? Yep, that one is not easy to go through. I still cannot understand how we still cannot have a skip button even when one of their own other games, the Zenless Zone Zero,
exactly.
has it. For me, this is by far the biggest obstacle to overcome to come back into the game. Even the lack
that's
of
one of the main reason though, because they want to make the playtime longer. So Eclair, you told me HSR has a skip button. Both games should have the same shareholders. Okay, sorry, I meant shareholders, not stakeholders. HSR have a skip button and ZZ have a skip button, but I'm assuming here, at least based on the previous story, their story is actually good. When Genshin Impact add a skip button, chat, the playtime will become from 8 hours to 30 minutes. Okay, it's because like the 7.5 hours of story is literally just Paimon yapping. That's it. Okay, so that's what they are afraid of if they implement the skip button.
Things to do of value, I might find something to fill it. Even the lackluster events, at least at times they are great, and even when they are not, at least they're useful and they give you stuff. Even the worst stories could be bearable and the good ones could be great ones, but none of that matters. The second you hit a dialogue that takes 10 minutes, you literally could care less about, and you cannot skip any of it. It just kills any want to come back into this game or any want to play it. And by far the biggest problem is, I actually want to come back into the game. I love roaming around Genshin. I love exploring the world. It's gorgeous, beautiful, it's big, awesome. I love killing bosses in this game. They're not too difficult, bro. They're fun, they're enjoyable.
I think
but I just play the game and do things that I have nothing to do.
Genshin still have like, you know, a place in my heart, chat. You know, a special place in my heart. But unfortunately, because the devs just don't listen to what we truly want from the game, they just, you know, I guess fuck the old players, right?
Do the dialogue? I love every minute in it. While many problems can be worked around, ignorable, or just finding a way to live with them, I just cannot find a way to live without a skip button again. When I started playing this game, I did. Now, it will take something really special from Genshin to bring out so that I would be willing to live without a skip button again. But for now, it's just not there yet. I really want to play this game, and I hope Genshin eventually addresses some of these things, but above all else, I hope one day I'll see a day where Genshin has a skip button. Though I would imagine that would probably take an absolutely huge amount of people leaving this game before they would even so much as consider putting a skip button into the game. And so to
but also, chat, the bad part of this, right? Once people left Genshin, no one will come back. They will not want to come back, chat. Especially with the upcoming gacha game that's gonna like outperform Genshin, you know? It's gonna outshine Genshin. Once they have a taste of something else better, they will not come back even if they add a skip button. It's a bit too late now, I think. I find Paimon yap less in Nograi at least, but on the other hand, Traveler speaks a lot more in the new Arcane Quest. Okay, no, Eclair, it's not about the yapping per se. Like, I just say Paimon yapping is a bad thing. It's because like Paimon is yapping whatever we have already known. What I mean by yapping is that the story is dragged on for no reason. That's my main issue. So it doesn't matter if it's Paimon yapping, Traveler yapping, or the character yapping. It's just like the story is dragged for no necessary reason. So they drag like a 1 hour story, whereas they could have like literally just said this 1 hour story under like a 2-minute cutscene or like a 5 minutes explanation, and that's it. You know, the pacing is unnecessarily like expanded, but I just say Paimon yapping because that's the easiest to sort of understand.
Answer the question, will I play this game again? To put it simply, honestly, I don't know. I want to, and I hope to,
and
I hope there's
Paimon,
a way I can enjoy the game again, even without a skip button. But for now, it's really difficult.
Yo, great video, bro. Holy crap. Let me give this guy a like as well. But yeah, and whoa! What is this? Bro has abysmal like to dislike ratio. That's insane. Holy crap. Okay, bro. Genshin community is pissed with this guy, but he made a good point. Like the skip button, the event being repetitive, and what's the first point again? I forgot about the first point again. There's nothing to do in this game, right? Yeah, that was the first point. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with this? Or do you guys disagree with this? Do you guys think this video is an L or like a W? But yeah, as usual, chat, like and comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye bye.